Had to pick at this point, who would be your rookie of the year?
I have said this all season, BC. My rookie of the year is going to go based on the standings.
Okay.
Because I think that is how you have the opportunity to measure impact.
And the sky's right above them.
And the Sky right now are in the playoffs, so you'd have to give the nod in my mind to Angel Reese.
And so here we go again, back with another one. Welcome to the Dark Times channel. And before I get started, make sure you guys go ahead and hit that like button for me. And if you're not new to the channel and you've been enjoying the content so far on this channel, make sure you guys go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me as well. And so let's go ahead and dive right in. I know everybody has their favorites when it comes to the WNBA Rookie of the Year. And if you're a Caitlin Clark fan / fanatic, you're going to want to give the nod to Caitlin Clark. And if you're an Angel Reese fan / fanatic, you're going to want to give the nod to Angel Reese, because it's really tight when you look at the stats, and even when you look at the standings, both of the players are neck and neck. And before we dive into the advanced analytics, I'm going to go ahead and go over some of the per game stats when it comes to Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese. And so let's go ahead and take a look at it. Points per game. The points per game stats are pretty much neck and neck, especially when you consider Caitlin Clark shoots the ball a tad bit more than Angel Reese. And so therefore she averages 2 more points a game than Angel Reese. So like I said, that stat is pretty much neck and neck. Let's look at the turnover stat. Caitlin Clark by far dominates the turnover stat. She leads the league in turnovers. And so that would be 1 in Angel Reese's favor. When you look at the blocks per game, neither one of them are really elite when it comes to block shots per game. So that's pretty much neck and neck. And we go down to steals, same deal, neck and neck. And then we go to assists. Caitlin Clark has the ball in her hands. She's a point guard, and she's by far the superior passer between the two. And so we would give the edge to Caitlin Clark when it comes to assists per game. And then let's slide right down to rebounds. Angel Reese is the power forward / center, and by far the superior rebounder between the two. And so we got to give the nod to Angel Reese when it comes to rebounding. And so those are the 6 main categories when people look at the per game statistics between the two. And like I said, it's pretty much neck and neck. And it's pretty much the same thing down the line when you look at the shooting percentages between the two. And so all things being equal when it comes to the per game statistics, this is where we got to take into account advanced analytics. Advanced analytics is something that's fairly new when it comes to sports. I would say the last decade or so, advanced analytics has really taken off. And this is something that all sports teams and scouting departments in particular take very seriously. And in particular, the PER stat. The PER stat is the holy grail metric of advanced analytics. And when teams are looking at drafting a player, trading for a player, this is one of the most telling stats when it comes to player efficiency and how valuable a player is to said particular team. And so let's go ahead and take a look at Caitlin Clark's PER. Caitlin Clark's PER is at 15.7. And just to give you some perspective, the league average of PER is right at 15. And so Caitlin Clark is average. The advanced analytics say her contributions to her team compared to other players is average. And then we take a look at Angel Reese's PER. Angel Reese's PER is 19.8. That's her per minute production for her team. And just to give you a little bit more perspective when it comes to PER, the league leader in PER, which is Aja Wilson, which many consider the best player in the league, and I would have to agree, she's by far the best player in the league. Her PER is at 35.3. And the next closest player to her is Breanna Stewart, which many consider to be the second best player in the league. You're talking about a former Rookie of the Year. You're talking about a 2-time Finals MVP, 2018 MVP of the league. And so that's why I say the PER is the holy metric when it comes to advanced analytics. It's no coincidence that the 2 best players in the league also have the highest PER. It's not the end all be all, but it's a very important metric when you look at gauging and measuring a player's value to a particular team. And Caitlin Clark is sitting at 15.7, league average. This is not me making this stat up. This is not conjecture. This is what she's been. This is what she's meant to her team. 15.7. She's been average, slightly above average, 15.7. In comparison to Angel Reese, who's sitting at 19.8, and is just outside of the top 10 in the entire league when it comes to PER as a rookie. And so that means something, especially when we're talking about such a close race between these two rookies. And let's go ahead and slide down to the true shooting percentage. True shooting percentage is just like it sounds. True shooting percentage takes into consideration field goals, 3-point field goals, and free throws. And Caitlin Clark is sitting right at 56%, while Angel Reese is sitting at 49%. And that's no surprise. Shooting is Caitlin Clark's calling card, and that's why she's in the league. That's what she came into the league to do. And so her true shooting percentage is at 56. And just to give you some comparison on that, A'ja Wilson, who has the best and the highest true shooting percentage in the entire league, is sitting at 60. And so Caitlin Clark is definitely up there when it comes to shooting. And so let's go ahead and slide right down to rebounding. Now, this should definitely come to no surprise. Like I said earlier, Angel Reese is in that power forward / center position. So she's definitely going to be the superior rebounder, and she is. And so really no need to break that down. Same thing with assists. Caitlin Clark is the point guard. She plays around 38 minutes a game, which is almost the highest in the league. And she has the ball in her hands the majority of the time. And so she's going to average more assists. No surprise there. And so those different categories pretty much balance each other out. Coming down the line, steal percentage, about even. 2.4 for Angel Reese, 2.0 for Caitlin Clark. Blocks per game, Caitlin Clark is at 2. Angel Reese is at 1. Not a big jump. And then we come down to turnover percentage. And this is something that Caitlin Clark struggled with in college. She struggled with turnovers. And to no surprise, in the WNBA, she's also struggling with turnovers. And the turnover percentage is a huge deal because the more you turn the ball over, the more opportunities you're taking away from the team and the more opportunities you're giving to the opposing team. And Caitlin Clark is at a league high 28% when it comes to turnovers compared to Angel Reese, who's just sitting at 11.2. And then we slide down to usage percentage. Usage percentage is at 26 for Caitlin Clark. She's the point guard, like I said earlier. She has the ball in her hands the majority of the time, and she pretty much plays the entire game, and so her usage rate is going to be through the roof. Angel Reese is at 21.9, so a little bit above league average. And then we come down to some more major advanced analytic categories. Offensive win shares. How much a player's offense affects winning. Angel Reese is sitting at 1.4. while Caitlin Clark is sitting at 0.1. I don't care how you slice it, that's atrocious. For your star player to be contributing 0.1 to your offense. And then we look at Angel Reese's OWS, and it's sitting at 1.4. And that's sitting right outside of the top 10 when we talk about some of the best players in the league, offensive win shares. And then we slide down to defensive win shares. Same thing, how much a player's defense contributes to winning. Angel Reese sitting at 1.2, while Caitlin Clark is sitting at 0.3. And we all knew coming into the season that defense was not Caitlin Clark's calling card. She's not in the WNBA for a defense. If she wasn't an offensive player, she wouldn't be in the league. And then we slide down to win shares. Win shares just takes the offensive win shares and the defensive win shares and adds them together. And so Angel Reese is sitting at 2.6 and Caitlin Clark is sitting at 0.4. And then if we take those win shares and even them out a little bit more, make it per 48 minutes, Caitlin Clark comes in at 0.026, while Angel Reese comes in at 0.196. And the league average is 0.100. And so like I said earlier, Caitlin Clark is not even average when it comes to win shares. The amount that she's contributing to her team on a nightly basis is not even at league average. In comparison to Angel Reese, who's just outside of the top 10 in almost every advanced analytical stat. If we're being honest and we're talking about who's the most valuable rookie in the league, you gotta go with Angel Reese. You gotta look at advanced analytics, because if you're not looking at advanced analytics and it's that close, then what are you judging by? What are you judging by? Preference? Who's most popular? What are we going by? If we're talking about a true meritocracy and we're selecting on the basis of a person's ability and their skill and their production, then there's no debate. You got to go with Angel Reese for Rookie of the Year as of right now. Now, there's still some games to be played. We're about halfway through the season, and so a lot could happen. But as of right now, there's really no debate. You got to go with Angel Reese. But go ahead and chime in below. Let me know how y'all feel about it. If you got Angel Reese winning Rookie of the Year so far, go ahead and let me know about it. If you got Caitlin Clark winning Rookie of the Year so far, go ahead and let me know about it and let me know the reasons why. And let's try to keep the conversation going and keep the conversation respectful. And as usual, peace and chaos.